Let's see what these motherfuckers have to say today. What do you motherfuckers have to say today, huh? Alexa, play Long Day in the Universe playlist on Spotify. Yeah! Hi! What's up, Jen? Voodoo is closed by initiation. You have to be initiated in voodoo. So's Ifa, Santeria, Lukumi, Palo Mayombe. You get initiated into these practices. So you don't practice them unless you have godparents and you receive the proper training and the proper initiation to be able to work with them. Yeah, it's closed. I don't know why. I just woke up like 5 minutes ago and I just feel a lot of fuck shit going on in the universe right now. Well, I mean, you have an ancestral right to practice your traditions, Julian. But here's the other thing. It's like, do you have ancestors that were specifically members of that particular group? That's a much more nuanced question, and because I don't practice hoodoo, I couldn't answer that for you. I recommend that you go talk to my friend Sophia. She's one of my best friends. Her name is Mama Sunfire on this app. You need to ask her that question, because whether or not people who are African American are called to hoodoo or not, that I don't, that's way outside of my league, because I don't practice it. I don't practice it. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know the answer to that question. Go talk to Mama Sunfire. Mama Sunfire is my bestie, and she can totally help you out. That's who you want to take classes from. She has a mentorship program. I'm going to give you an example, because someone might be a person of color in this country, but if they don't have the ancestors that are part of that lineage, I don't know, because it is closed by ethnicity and it is closed by family. You have to have the family members connected to it, okay? What's up, motherfuckers? What kind of shit do you have to say to me today? Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 priestess, what's up? I'm in a mood. I am a whole mood today. I am a whole mood. Hey, Bella. Hey, Agata. Or Agata. I have to remember. It's either Agata or Agata. I know that there's an accent that I'm not getting. You did walk in at a divine time. It's a full moon. It is a full moon. I'm in Western Mass. Agata. Hey, Val. What are you guys doing today? Am I doing readings? Tonight is the night that I go live in my mentorship program. I have a mentorship program, and tonight is a night for me to do my full moon ritual with the people who are in my mentees. So I'm not going to be doing readings tonight. I will tomorrow and over the weekend. Good. Salem is a disaster. Salem is a shit show. I will go to Salem on a Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. if I wanted to get something from a shop, which I would not, because none of those people sell anything that I need, for one thing. And number two, it's like Disneyland, okay? When you go to Salem, Massachusetts, what you're getting is a whole bunch of people wearing black pointy hats and black heels running around, and they're all crazy there. They're all nuts. Hey, Lori. Hey, Regina. Joe Fink, I never heard your question. I never saw your question. Can I talk about my mentorship program, Malia? Yeah, so my mentorship program is a Facebook group. So when you join my mentorship program, you'll get access to my Facebook group. And in the Facebook group, weekly, I post stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there that people are working on. It's a place to bounce your ideas off of other people. And the best part of my mentorship program is I go live on Wednesday nights, pretty much every Wednesday night, between 8 p.m. and midnight. And the people who want to come in and work with me to talk about whatever it is that they want to talk about, or get help on their spells, or get help on divination, or whatever it is, can get help. Are Celtic and Norse a closed practice? So we need to talk about that, okay? Norse paganism and Celtic practices, I know where you're going with this. I know what you're trying to do. I mean, I don't know if you're trying to do this or not, but I mean, when we say that hoodoo is a closed practice because you have to be African American and you have to have the ethnicity to be able to practice that, the question would be for white people, well, should we allow people that are not Celtic, that don't have a Celtic heritage, or are not Norse, who don't have a Norse heritage, to practice those things, since yes, they are still ancestral? Are you trying to ask me that kind of question? I'm just wondering, like, where is this going? Because there's a lot of Norse pagans out there that are very, very, very white supremacist. It's not a lie. They are. There are a lot of white supremacists in the Norse pagan community. And I don't have anything to do with any of that, because all of my practices are Creole. Okay, I'm a Creole medium and a Creole witch. Hey, Rachel. So here's the thing. Let me make this clear about closed when it comes to, like, whatchamacallit, Celtic and Norse. There is no one alive today that practiced Norse paganism that was a priest of anything. There are no druids. There's no lineage of druids that have survived the colonization process of Europe, of Western Europe, okay, and Ireland and all of that. Those druids did one of two things. They were either all bananaed by the church, or they probably converted to Christianity and became monks, who are the people that laid the foundation for the Celtic Christian church. Druids are European. Yes, they're Europeans. They come from Ireland. I can't believe you had to ask me that question, because that's really, like, hello? You need to do more research, Enchanted Forest. You need to read more books. Yes, but see, even people that say they practice cedar today, okay, are not people who are initiated by people that actually practiced it. Enchanted Forest, you really annoy me, and I'm sorry, I have to kick you from my live, because the last time you were here, you said a lot, you just talked a lot, and I didn't like the stuff coming out of your mouth, and you're doing the same thing now. So I just have to boot you. I don't know who that person is. I don't know why they keep coming into my live, but I just blocked them. I can't deal with that. It's someone that doesn't know how to keep their mouth shut. So this is what I'm trying to say, Mr. Joe Fink. What I'm trying to say is it would be a closed practice, bendición. It would be a closed practice if there was still a living lineage of that tradition and those people of that living lineage said it was closed. Does that make sense? See, when you're talking about Ifa and when you're talking about voodoo, you're talking about spiritual religions, traditions, and practices that go back 10,000 years in an unbroken lineage of practitioners that have initiated one generation after another for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. There's a lineage. There's a way the Orishas are served. There's a way the Vodun are served. And those practices haven't changed. We do not have that. White people do not have that. Not in Celtic, not in Norse, not in anything. There is no organized tradition of European paganism that survived Christianity. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So is Celtic paganism closed? Absolutely not. There's a lot of black people that have Irish ancestors. Did you know that? So, my Ialode, she has Irish ancestors. Bridget came to her. Okay, so it doesn't matter. You know it doesn't matter because those European pagan practices don't exist the way they did when they were practiced 2,000 years ago. Okay? So whether Norse pagans want to be happy about it or mad about it, all their reconstructed Norse paganism comes from Christian writers. The Prose Edda and all of that, they were written by Christians. The mythology that was written down about the gods, the Norse gods, was written by Christians. So what I'm saying is anyone that practices Norse paganism, anyone that practices Celtic spirituality, have to recognize that their spiritual practices are reconstructed. And being that they're reconstructed, there are no rules. Well, that's a different question, Thu. Can you access ancestral memory to be able to pull back some of those mysteries? Well, yeah, you could. But it would take a lot of internal work, alchemy, and meditation in order to do that. So look, let me make this a lot easier for everybody. Let me make this a lot easier. Okay, you guys want easy spirituality? Do you want to remove the complications that are put on you and the burdens that TikTok and witch talk and pagan talk and Norse talk and all of these TikToks have put on you? Can I relieve you of the burden of all of the stuff that you see on this app right now? I'm going to go ahead and alleviate you of your burden. I'm the answer. I have the answer for you. Okay? Thank you, Steve. That's a real compliment. Ancestors. Ancestor work. Ancestors. Work with your ancestors. Find out who your ancestors were and pull and call those dead people. Call and conjure those dead people to you so that they come and help you, so that they come and teach you, so that they come over here and guide you, okay, on the direction that you need to go. It's really simple. You can start by creating an ancestor altar, an ancestor shrine. And with that ancestor altar and that ancestor shrine, you can start to pull those spirits. So you never have to worry about what you're doing is closed or not closed. You never have to worry about whether or not you're appropriating anything if you're pulling from your ancestral lineage. Dolan, they're not all reincarnated all at one time, are they? You get a DNA test. If you are adopted, if you don't have anything to do with your family, like I have nothing to do with my family, okay? Get an ancestry DNA test through Ancestry.com. Get it through 23andMe. find out which geographical regions of the world your people come from. Do they come from Ireland? Do they come from Benin? Do they come from Sheen? Wherever your ancestors come from, learn about them and learn about their cultures, okay? And then set up an altar and start working with them. And Crystal just put the name of the book in the comments that I'm going to recommend, which is called Badass Ancestors. Badass Ancestors is a way to get started on ancestor veneration. No, not all ancestors are good, which is why I'm telling you, you need to read the book Badass Ancestors. This is a practice. It's a whole practice in of itself. Ancestor work and ancestor worship is its own practice. What's up, y'all? A place for an ancestor altar would be so Deja, if you need help, or Deja, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, Deja. If anybody on this app watching me wants to gain my knowledge and my wisdom about interacting with their ancestors, and I've had a lot of work to do on ancestor work, especially with as diverse as my ethnicity is, okay? Because even though I present white, I'm not. You guys can stitch that and go make fun of it. But the truth of the matter is I'm Latino, I'm Hispanic, and I have a my DNA is extremely diverse. So I'm dealing with African ancestors, I'm dealing with indigenous ancestors, I'm dealing with European ancestors, I'm dealing with those colonizer ancestors. I got a lot of experience working with ancestor spirits. So if any of you guys want to book a reading with me, go to my TikTok profile, click on my link tree. It says schedule a spiritual consultation. Book a spiritual consultation with me and I will teach you and help you to be able to work this the way I have worked this in order to deal with all of that, because it's a big thing. It's a really, really big thing. It's not small. And ancestor work is what... Can you guys see me? You need to get a reading with me. Yeah, so book a reading with me if you need help with your ancestor stuff. And here's the other thing. I'll tell you what's not closed. You want to know what practices are not closed? Are you ready for this? Nature is not closed. Anybody can go to the river and conjure the spirits of the river. Anyone can go to the ocean and pull from the spirit and the energy of the ocean. Anyone can go into the forest and work with the trees. You can work with nature directly. You don't have to put a name on them. You don't have to personify them. You don't have to pick one version of them from one culture. Because the river is the river is the river. And the ocean is the ocean is the ocean. And that mountain that's been there for a long time, it's been called many things by many different people. And it's had a lot of different gods and deities associated with it. But you can go right up to the tree and talk to it. You can go right up to the herbs and talk to them and pull them, because these religions are based on nature. So everybody needs to just go ahead and get out of their head that they have to personify any of this stuff in any kind of way. You feel me? These religions are based on nature. Nature isn't based on mythology. Let me say that again one more time for all the people in the back that didn't hear me the first time. All these religions, whatever religion it is, whether it's pagan, whatever kind of paganism it is based on nature. The religions are based on nature, not the other way around. Nature is not based on these myths and these stories of these gods and goddesses. It's the other way around. Y'all, I have had a spiritual awakening. I tell you what, over the past 48 hours, so much downloads and so much stuff has happened that I had multiple spiritual experiences over the past 48 hours. Last night was a big one for me. And Just know that as you go on this spiritual path, as you keep moving on this spiritual path, your spirits and your guides and your ancestors are going to continue to evolve you and evolve you and evolve you and evolve you. And I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Your spiritual path is your life. I said this before, I'm going to say it again. Your spiritual path is your life. You are the spiritual path. Witchcraft is something you do. Voodoo is something you do. Ifa is something that is performed. It's a practice. Yoga is something that you do, but it is not who you really are. And don't confuse the things that you do to elevate yourself on this spiritual journey with who you really are. That part. Remember that fucking part. That you are the spiritual path. You are the spiritual path. It's you. At the end of the day, it's always going to be about you. And just like you fall in love with people, and you fall out of love with people, and you fall into a church, and you fall out of a church, and you start practicing these practices, and you stop practicing these practices, people who keep going around in circles are not getting the point. And the mother effing point over here is that you are the spiritual path. Because when you wake up in the morning and you start your day and you have your cup of coffee and you kiss your kids and send them to school and you go to work and you interact with people and you're dealing with people on a daily basis, that is your spiritual path. That, being a good person, doing good things, helping other people, healing other people. So you need to all of this bullshit on TikTok must end. At some point in time, it must end. For people that want to be enlightened, for people that want to move beyond this app and become spiritual people, at some point in time, this is going to end for you. You're never going to find what you're looking for on this app. You're never going to find the kind of witchcraft and magic and sorcery and enlightenment and apotheosis that you want to find. You'll never find it on this app. I'm here to tell you. I have to be the person to break it to them. Why did I have to be the person sent to break it down to these people? You are the spiritual path. You are the only person that matters because you are the center of your universe. And whatever practices you choose to do have to align with whatever your destiny is, whatever that is. Do you understand? So one of the great things that my Ianifa, my priestess, has taught me is that you have to listen to your own Ori. What is your Ori? It is your consciousness. It is your divine consciousness. It's a part of you that's directly connected with God. And it is that part of you that is divinely connected with the divine that is going to lead you if you listen to it. If you are paying attention to it. If you're not listening to it, you're just going to continue to run around in circles. That's it. I said what I said. Go stir it in your coffee. Go share it all over TikTok. Go share it all over Facebook. For those people that want to keep talking shit about me, please keep spreading my name all over the internet so that you keep bringing me business. Then you're already spiritually waking up, Kimberella. You absolutely will not find what you need on this app. You're not going to find what you need to grow spiritually in a book. You're not going to find what you need spiritually in a Facebook group. You're not even going to find what you need spiritually from a mentor or from a group of people, a community of people that are practicing a religion. You will not find it there. The only place where you're going to find God is in you. See, I'm going to go ahead and go off for a second, and I'm going to say something. And this is what I came to realize the other day. What I came to realize the other day is that my spirits have been drawing me towards spirituality my entire life. But I've been making mistakes. And the mistakes that I've been making has been studying different religions, trying to make one religion fit me. I'm going to go ahead and be totally transparent and honest. You guys want me to be honest? I'm going to be honest. I'm a spiritual person. And my entire life, I've always looked for religions or spiritualities that were me. What is me? Am I a Norse pagan? Am I a Celtic pagan? Am I a Wiccan? Am I a Santero? Am I a Palero? What am I? I've been asking that question for over 20 years. Am I Christian? Am I non-Christian? Am I pagan? What am I? And I woke up and I realized that I'm none of those things. Those are things I do, but they're not who I am. And my spiritual path isn't Wicca. My spiritual path isn't Ifa. My spiritual path is not a religion that is learned and practiced. My spiritual path is me. And you need to figure out the same thing. You need to understand the same thing. You are your spiritual path. It doesn't matter what you learn or study. It's either the stuff that you learn spiritually is either going to move you forward or set you back. There's only two things studying a particular spirituality will do. It will either propel you forward so that you can take another step forward on your spiritual path, or it will hold you back. And you won't know until you know. You literally don't know until you know. I was born and raised a Jehovah's Witness. I was born and raised in a crazy conservative cult, a Christian cult that forced me, that nurtured me from my mother's titty to believe that the world was a horrible, bad place and everything was going to be destroyed, and we were waiting for the world to be destroyed. Every single day we were waiting for Armageddon to come. Okay? I did that for over 20 years of my life. The first 20 years of my life was stuck in that cult. And they kicked me out because I do blowies. That's just the truth. So then when I realized that religion was not aligned with my destiny because it's not who I am, I had to go looking for something else. And I studied Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, Zoroastrianism, esoteric Christianity, Orthodox Christianity, Catholicism. I studied some Judaism. I studied Kabbalah. I got into the occult Kabbalah. I got into Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. I got into high magic. I got into the grimoire tradition. I got into Wicca. And as an extension of that, I got into Spiritism and spiritualism. And I got into voodoo and other traditions that are diasporic. But after studying all of those traditions, what I came to the point is that the spiritual path I'm supposed to walk is whatever is in alignment with my destiny. "20 years ago, I got an astrology reading from a Vedic astrologer, and it was so profound and life-changing for me because of the information she provided through my birth chart that I decided that I wanted to learn and I wanted to study too. So this is another point. I also do birth charts. If you're interested in getting your birth chart read, okay, you can go to my link tree. You can click on my link tree, and you can purchase a birth chart, okay? Birth charts are very, very helpful. I'm not going to talk about my Ita. That's personal. But guess what else is like an Ita? Your birth chart. Your birth chart is an Eta. Did you know that? So as an astrologer, when you come to me and I run your birth chart and I'm telling you your placements of your planets, it's telling you, it's telling you that, look at that. It's telling you, why did you incarnate? Why did you come back here? What was a motivating force that brought you back, that made you incarnate, that brought you brought you here? That's what your birth chart can tell you. If you go to a good astrologer, it can give you some context. You can do your shadow work based off of the birth chart I give you, because all you got to do is sit there and read it and read about the planets, their placements and what signs and what they mean, and the indications or the analysis. The analysis is going to tell you the positive aspects and the negative aspects of a planet. Based off those negative forces that you might pick up off of a planet, you can do shadow work off of that. Claudia, yes, you are 100% right, but that is not something I'm going to talk about on TikTok. Look at that. Ah! So, it's deep. We have something called a soul planet. Your religious path, fuck religion. Forget the religious path. Remove religion from it. We need to start thinking about things in terms of when you wake up in the morning, how are you living your life? Is the quality of your life good or is the quality of your life bad? And if the quality of your life is poor, how can you improve it? That's the spirituality everybody needs to be thinking about. We can go ahead and remove everything else and just wake up and try to determine, what do I want to accomplish in my life? Because that's the point. That's what religion does. Religion supports that, but it can't make you do that. Good, Val. I'm just running my mouth. Hey, look at all the love. Thank you. That's my favorite. So, like as an example in Vedic astrology, everybody has a soul planet. Everybody has a soul planet. Your soul planet is the planet that holds the highest degree in the heaven at the moment of your birth. And whatever sign and whatever house that soul planet falls in is going to show you the reoccurring themes that are going to come back over and over and over and over again throughout your entire life. I would dare say that getting your birth chart read and finding out what the hell is going on in your astrology is more important than anything else you guys should do. I'm going to double down on that. I'm going to double down on the fact that you understanding yourself and your astrological birth chart is more important than anything else you could do right now on your spiritual path if you have not done it. Because guess what? Most all religions are based on astrology. Religions since antiquity, as far back as you can possibly imagine, is religions and spirituality is based on nature and harmonizing yourself with nature and understanding the universe, understanding the planets and understanding astrology. Those are the oldest religions. And everything else is a derivation of it. Hey, Lauren, what's up? What time is it? What time is it? It's like 6:30. I'm going to have to go because I'm going to have to eat something before I have my group tonight. Okay. Julie, you're so funny. So what I'm just trying to get people to understand, is if you're looking outside of yourself to find answers about what it is you need to do in life to be happy and to feel complete and feel whole, okay? You're not going to find what you're looking for because there's a never-ending supply of information that you will never be able to study and read and get through. and an innumerable amount of experiences spiritually that you could have that you won't be able to have. Because if I choose to go down the path of Ifa, that means that I don't choose the path of Tibetan Buddhism. I'm just speaking. Like if I decided that that was going to be my life and I was going to do that full time, so being only a member of one religion and being the member of, and being very, very involved in one particular tradition means that you're precluding the ability to be in any other religion that is going to teach you something. So what happens when you get into a religion and you get stuck in it? Then your brain becomes dogmatic and all you see are the tenets of your religion and the philosophy, and you're not able to expand your horizons and be able to look outside of yourself and outside of that tradition. Because I'm a chaotic witch. If you want to talk about what my practices really are, my practices are chaos. Chaos magic and chaotic witchcraft. That's my practice. If anybody wants to know what my practice is, because people have all kinds of opinions about what I do, what I practice is witchcraft, and it's kind of chaotic. Tantra and all the tantras are just another thing that you do as a support on your spiritual path. Tantric yoga, tantra yoga, sex magic, all of the stuff. It's all just stuff that supports your spiritual path, but it's not going to get you to where you need to go. It's all going to help, but you can't confuse. Let me tell you what you can't confuse. You can't confuse a map for the actual terrain. When you're so identified with whatever it is that you're doing spiritually, in whatever box you're living in spiritually, it's like looking at a map and believing that that's actually the terrain. There's the Green Mountains are right over here. The Green Mountains are right over here. I live right beside Vermont, and it is beautiful. Vermont is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. A man I met from Scotland says that Vermont is about as close to the scenic views as Scotland as you could possibly get in the United States. So what I'm trying to tell you is I could stand here and look at a map of the Green Mountains of Vermont. But if I believe that I'm actually on the trail just by looking at the map, I am like really lost. Because I actually have to walk that trail. The map is a guide, but I have to walk the trail. And it's the same thing when you're dealing with all of this stuff. Don't confuse the map for the actual terrain. And don't confuse looking at your moon phase app on your phone. Don't confuse looking at your moon phase and practicing your magic in your room as the same thing as going outside and being underneath the full moon and pulling the energy from the full moon. Don't confuse it. But we're living at a time in history in which people are confusing reality. Reality has become confused. People are confused. They're just very confused. And the confusion is a spin, okay? And this spin has been going on for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And it's getting faster and it's progressing because of the fact that we have Twitter, or because we have TikTok, or because we have Facebook, and we have YouTube. And I mean, the glut of information that's out there that leads you to nowhere is never ending. I open up my YouTube channel and I am subscribed to a whole bunch of spiritual stuff. I scroll down and I see titles of videos. And I've been clicking on these videos for years. And what you see is you see one video of one person after another talking about a god or a goddess or a spiritual path or some kind of practice, and you watch it and you spend a half an hour of your life watching it, and that's it. That's all you did. You just watched it for a half an hour. You got another person's opinion about it. You got somebody else's insight and research into it. You're looking at someone else's practice. Well, what is your practice? What are you practicing? What are you doing? What do you want to do? Let's go ahead and do this. How about this? I'm going off today, okay? I cannot wait to put this on my YouTube channel. I am going off. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to go off on. This is what everybody on this app needs to do. You need to take a motherfucking piece of paper and put it on the desk, and you need to take a pen and you need to draw a line down that piece of paper, and you need to write down on one side all of the things I've been doing spiritually that ain't working for me. And on the other side, you need to write down, what do I want to accomplish in my life? What am I trying to accomplish in my life? What the fuck do you want to do with your life? What are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? What do you want it to look like? When you wake up in the morning, what do you want your life to look like? If you're not happy with the way your life looks, change it. If you don't like the people that are in your life, block them. It's that simple. That motherfucking block button, it works. All you have to do is hit it. If you don't like the face that you see when you scroll on TikTok, all you have to do is hit that block button. It takes less than 3 seconds to block somebody because I counted it. If you don't like the people you see on this app, block them. And never think about them ever again. And if somebody texts you or calls you or mentions them to you, you can be like, I don't give a fuck. I don't have any reason to think about or talk about that person ever again. It's that simple. And you can alleviate yourself of that burden right now. And I can tell you what else. You don't have to sit around and watch other people. I'm so hungry. I would eat that. You also don't have to sit around and watch all of these witch bitches on this app going at each other. You don't have to sit and be involved in that drama. You don't have to sit and listen to these people talk about that fucking book. You don't need to pay attention to any of that. So don't get involved. Don't be emotionally invested in other people's drama. Don't allow other people to drag you into the middle of their drama. If you wake up one morning and you decide you want to, if you wake up one morning and you decide, okay, I'm going to put myself in the middle of the drama today. I'm going to show up and I'm going to like crash somebody's live just so I can create drama like I did the other night on Ursa's live. That's what I did. Because I had time that day, okay? I had a joint, I had my coffee, I was feeling chill, and I decided that I was going to show up and I was going to talk some shit. But that was a choice I made. That was a conscious choice. That wasn't a knee-jerk reaction. That was a choice that I made to do that. It wasn't just because I was like unconsciously moved by spirit, okay? What I'm saying is every single day when you wake up, you need to decide how much bullshit you're willing to tolerate on a daily basis. You got to decide how much bullshit am I going to tolerate on a daily basis, and then I'm going to say, okay, am I going to deal with that today? No, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not in the mood for that. Am I going to deal with that today? Okay, I'll deal with that. But you need to prioritize your energy. You need to protect your energy. You need to protect yourself. And most people that I see on this app who are active on this app, making videos, making TikToks, are not protecting their energy. Because no one taught you boundaries. Because you people don't understand the concept of a boundary. So I'm going to recommend that everyone on the spiritual path sit down with a piece of paper once again and take a pen and draw a line down it. And on one side, you can write down how I expect to be treated by people. And on the other side, you can write down how I refuse to be treated by people. Okay? This is how I want to be treated. I want to be treated with respect. I want to be treated kindly. I want people to be kind. I don't need people to like me, but I need them to be polite. Okay? You need to make a laundry list of how you expect to be treated when you get up and you start your day. And that starts with your motherfucking partner. It starts with the person you're fucking. And it starts with your kid. And it starts with your parents and your grandparents and your family. The first thing you need to think about is the people that are the closest to you, around you. How are those people affecting your energy? Are they toxic? Are they non-toxic? Are they supportive of you? Then you need to determine which one of those motherfuckers needs to go. And then after you determine that, then you need to look at the rest of the world. And when I walk outside my house and I step out on the street, how do I want to be talked to? How do I want to be treated? And then I have to worry about myself. That means keep my side of the street clean. Protect yourself and protect your energy. Do not allow the world to suck you dry and drain you dry of your energy. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I just need everybody to understand that you're special. You are a special snowflake, okay? I'm not just saying that because I want your money or because I want you to go, oh, I think I'm going to get my birth chart read by him. Oh, I think I'm going to get a reading by him. I don't need your money. I want to make it really, really fucking clear. I don't need your money. I don't need your money. I'm not on this app begging for your money. And I'm not on this app trying to pretend to be something I'm not so I can scam you. Because that bitch over there on Facebook that wants to call me a scammer, she doesn't even know what I do. What I do is very simple. I help people on their journey, on their doing their ancestor work, and trying to figure out who their guides are, how to work with those people. I am an assistant. When you hire me to be an assistant. You hire me to be your coach. I'm here to coach you along the way. And if you have problems, you come to me and we try to sort out those problems. That's my job. I am a support for you on your spiritual path. That's what I do. I don't do anything else. But I don't need your money. I'm just fine. But if you choose to get a birth chart from me, or you choose to get a reading from me, I'll tell you exactly what you'll get. You'll get a birth chart. You'll get an analysis of what's in your birth chart. And if you book a reading with me, then we'll sit down and we'll talk about your family. We'll talk about your ancestors and how you can go about starting your ancestor journey, okay? But that's it. I'm not offering anything else. Christy, you're so sweet. Thank you. Hey, Trish. So anyway, because there's this active hate campaign going on against me right now of this person telling everybody that I'm a fraud and I'm a phony. Okay. That's fine. People can think anything that they want about me. It doesn't bother me. It's a hater-ator. Yes, I have a book, and the link is on my link tree. I did publish a book. It's about Puerto Rican witchcraft. All right, everybody. I love ya. I love ya. I got nothing but loves in my heart for you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and I'm going to eat. And then at 8 p.m. I'm going to be going live in my group to talk to my people. Okay? I'm going to go live to talk to my people. The people that want to be mentored and the people that want support. Okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye. Bye, Trish. Bye. How do I get out of here? How do I leave?